Hi guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. My name is Matilda. If today is your first time visiting my channel, thanks so much for stopping by. Hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you'll be notified. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to draft a basic sleeve. I'm going to be sharing both long and short sleeve pattern. If this is something you are interested in, keep on watching and click on the subscribe button. Without wasting much time, let's get started. We are going to start with a short sleeve pattern. So I have my pattern paper here. You can directly draft it on your fabric if you want. We will be drafting on a pattern paper for the purpose of this tutorial. My paper is in a fold, as you can see. This is the same thing you'll be doing when you use a fabric. The first thing I am going to do is to first draw a straight line across the top here, and it's going to serve as our starting line. This is the same thing you would do when using a fabric. Now the next thing I'll be drawing is going to be my bicep line. I will be coming down by 4.5 inches. You can also use 5 inches as well, it also works. This is going to be the height of our sleeve cap, and I will draw another line across. Because this is a short sleeve, the next thing I am going to have is the sleeve length, So I am marking mine at 9 inches. This actually depends on how long you want your sleeve to be. And on that point, I'm going to mark a line across. Now I have the starting line, the bicep, and the hem of this sleeve. So the next thing is to come to the top of this starting line here. From the middle, I am coming in by 4 inches. So I just made a point here. Then I will come down to the bicep line here. The measurement around your bicep, divide it into 2. Mine divided by 2 is 7.5. And I will add extra 1.5 inch for stitching allowance. So we are going to have a curve leading to this point like this. From this 4 inches we marked at the top here, I am going to mark a straight line to join the bicep line, and I am going to divide whatever measurement I have there into 2 equal halves and mark a point there. Now the next thing is to connect a curve to meet the point like this, and from here I will connect a curve looking downwards, and you can see you have a very nice shape here. So that's how you go about the curve. Now for your round arm measurement, what I have for myself is 13 inches. Half of 13 inches is 6.5, and I will add 1.5 for stitching allowance like I did earlier. And I will join from here to this point. And I will go ahead to use my marker to deepen where I will be cutting out. So this is basically all for the drafting of the short sleeve. Let's just go ahead and cut it out. Don't forget, this sleeve is in a fold. So this is how the short sleeve pattern looks like. So my around armhole measurement is 19, and half of that is 9.5. So you can see where I have the 9.5, and this excess here is the stitching allowance we made earlier. Now we will go ahead and draft my long sleeve pattern using the same method, and I have drawn my starting line. And remember to have your paper on a fold. Now from the starting line, I am coming down by 4.5 and draw the line across. This is our bicep. Now from the starting line, I am coming to mark my elbow line, and what I have is 12 inches. and mark a line across. Now from the top again, I am coming to my length of my sleeve, and I am marking this at 24 inches and draw a straight line across. These are the basic things that differentiate from the long sleeve from the short sleeve. On the top here, I'm going to measure 4 inches like we did for the first one. And I'm going to mark a straight line to meet the bicep line. I'm going to find the midpoint of that line and mark a point there. The next thing I'm going to do is to draw a curve to meet the midpoint like we did in the first one. On the bicep line, I am going to mark half of my bicep measurement, which is 7.5, and add 1.5 for stitching allowance. Now from this point, I am going to turn my French curve towards the other direction, and I am going to mark a curve to meet the point. Make sure you place your curve properly. If you do this properly, you are going to get a nice curve. This is something you can actually do with free hands if you don't have a curve. On the elbow line, the measurement around my elbow is 12, and half of that is 6.5, and add 1.5 for stitching allowance. I will connect the point from the bicep to meet the elbow like this. Now from the hemline, I will mark half of my wrist measurement, which is 4.5 inches, and add 1.5 stitching allowance. Now I will just connect this point to meet the elbow. Now I will use my marker to trace out the lines. And this is basically all for the long sleeve drafting. So I will go ahead and cut out the long sleeve. Now to differentiate from the back of the sleeve, I am going in a little on the front of the sleeve. I am going to do this on both sleeves, short and long. So please just do as you see me doing. You just go in by half or just a quarter of an inch on where you are going to fix the front. Where you are going to fix on the front of your dress, you just go in by half. Okay. So I am going to put my short sleeve on the long one and cut the same thing on the long sleeve as well for us to get the same thing. Okay, if you don't understand what I'm trying to say, just look at what I am doing carefully and do the same thing as well. So this is what we are going to get after we are done cutting it, and I hope you also have the same thing on your pattern paper or on your fabric. Okay, so I am going to put my short sleeve on the long one to see if we have the same curve, and yeah, it's exactly the same thing. This is all for the drafting of the sleeve. Thank you so much and see you in my next video. Bye.